Hi, my name is Melanie Weller, and I'm the owner of Beyond Calm, and I'm a physical therapist. But I'm going to talk to you today. I'm doing some transitioning, and I've finally figured out how I want to focus the rebirth of my business, and so this is a great time to talk about rebirth since we're coming up on winter solstice. And my new paradigm is going to be working in fractals and really seeing yourself as a fractal of the universe, and what does that mean in really three-dimensional, tangible terms. Tomorrow, Thursday on the solstice at 7 p.m., I'm going to do a remote healing session, and you can find more information about that on my social media pages. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about what that means and help everybody kind of get in line with the Earth, because you have the mechanics of the Earth and solar system within yourself as well, down to your teeny tiniest levels. I've been doing some reading in the field of anthropology and archaeology, and particularly about how science is coded in mythology and how ancient civilizations were much wiser than most of history has given them credit for. I have a couple of books I've been going through here. This is Graham Hancock's Fingerprints of the Gods. And I have two by Giorgio de Santillana, The Origins of Scientific Thought, and Hamlet's Mill. And Hamlet's Mill is co-authored by Hertha von Deschend also. And so I'm not going to talk a ton about the Earth mechanics right now, but I've had my anatomy books out, and I've been measuring a lot of things. And as the Earth has a 23.5 degree tilt on its axis, I've been looking at what structures have that relationship, have a 23.5 degree relationship to each other. And I have some really mind-blowing results. But I stumbled upon something really fun that I just wanted to share with you, and that's how maybe astrology is coded in, is code for anatomy. And yesterday I did a different remote healing, and one of the things that we did is go into the ventricular system in the brain, and this is where your cerebral spinal fluid is produced. And so this is a three-dimensional MRI image that I printed out. I just took a picture. This is out of my Sabota anatomy book, the 12th edition, volume 1. And so and in astrology, Aries rules the head, and this looks very much like ram's horns here. And I printed out a picture just for comparison. And in just a more traditional sense, this right here is the symbol for Aries. But anyway, that definitely to me has a resemblance to the ram. And in astrology, and there's a subset of astrology called medical astrology, and that was, I have no idea if this, I would imagine medical astrology has made these associations, but I just thought that this was really cool and wanted to bring this to you because this really was so striking to me. And so then I started looking at other structures of the body, and I'm just going to share two others. I've gone through a bunch of different, I've put together a bunch of these pieces because it's just been so fun to play with. But the next one I'll go through is Taurus. And so Taurus is the bull. And so traditionally the symbol for Taurus is annotated something like that. And so here's kind of a picture of a bull. But this is your throat. And in astrology, Taurus rules the throat. And this is your hyoid bone. This is involved in swallowing. And it very much kind of looks like you've got two horns there. There's definitely a geometric similarity with it that I thought was really interesting. And the other one that I thought was really interesting is Scorpio rules your reproductive system. And so I printed out this is just from Pinterest, I believe, or from the internet, searching for Scorpio symbols. And the female reproductive system looks very much like a scorpion, I think. And so I just thought that here, I'll hold those up for a second. But I thought those were really fun similarities to that I ran across, and just wanted to share them with you. And if you know more about this, or if you do some medical astrology and this is part of what's embedded, I'd be really curious to hear where I can learn more about it, because I Googled it and found nothing. So anyway, I've had fun. I've put together more pieces of this, and we'll talk about it later. I love astrology from skilled astrologers. I am far from an expert in it myself, but I thought that that was just a really fun tidbit, and I wanted to share it with you. Happy solstice.